On 8/19 of 19, I had another dream. In this dream, I was leaving a ballpark. It looked like a Major League Baseball park is what it looked like. And for some reason, I couldn't get out the first attempt, and so I turned around and had to leave in another direction. And as I was going through the parking lot, I seen where the asphalt was broken up and torn, and it looked like there was a pit under it. And so I went over to look into it, and as I did, I seen there was like a platform underneath the asphalt that came off, and as I looked at it, I realized it had a ledge around the outside of where the asphalt was covering. However, the lid had been put on the underside of the ledge, and so that if you stepped on it, you could fall through into what appeared to be a pit at that point. And at that point in the dream, I woke up. And as I opened my eyes and looked, I could still see the dream and follow it. At that point, when I woke up, I could see further into what I thought was a pit, but then it appeared to be a well, and it was deep. And but as I was looking into it, it was like I wasn't physically there, but spiritually there. I was going down into it in a spiritual sense, and not yet, my body wasn't there. And so as I went down into the well, I noticed the lining of the well was lined with red clay brick, and that the brick was laid in a perfect pattern around the well, and it obviously been done by a mason. It was perfectly done. It wasn't haphazardly done, and it was excellent craftsmanship. And so I kind of spiritually went down deeper and deeper, and I never could see the bottom of it. I couldn't see water in the bottom of what I thought was a well. But I noticed as I went down that there was light. No matter how deep I went, there was still light. I could see no source of light. It was lit. I could see the walls, I could see the red clay brick, and the perfect order in which they had all been laid, and yet I could see no source of light. And at that point, the dream that had turned into a vision actually came to an end at that point, and I stopped seeing anything further. So I got up, I started researching the meaning of things. And red is a representation of sins or persons of flesh, the blood shed for our sin, the wrath of God, war. Bricks are also people's attempt to reach heaven, and people's attempting to make a name for themselves. It's all about humanity and what we do in our order, and not the heavenly order. And the indication of going down is as a representation of fallen or rest or hell or spiritual decline. And all these things were shown in that as I went down through there. And the thing that amazed me was the perfect order that all the bricks were in, and how that decline was. And as I went down, it's actually like the well just got bigger around, and yet the bricks stayed in perfect order. It was becoming bigger and rounder to the point where it didn't appear to be a well after a while. But then you look at the interpretation of well as a representation of God, His heart, God's Word, Jesus Christ. Light also represents Christ or God. It represents the revelation or illumination in a righteous heart. And so in this experience, I just see the perfect order that Satan has tried to lay down his dominion, and yet I see what the Lord is doing with His light. I just see it as each person having a gift, and we teach many times that we each have gifts, but I see the importance of not only understanding you have a gift, but understanding you need to learn how to use your gift. There's an importance and a training that we need to teach ourselves and others and mentors to teach people how to use their gifts, because each one of us has a gift that will counteract and bring light to one of those red clay bricks. And none of us is going to see it all. None of us is going to be able to reach everyone, but everyone has a gift that can be used to bring light to some part of that well. Amen. Thank you.